Are you a business owner or employee who needs to network but is terrified of walking into a room full of people you don't know? Are you afraid of being left out of conversations or being awkward in the conversations you do have? Your tour guide, Faithann, is here to walk alongside you through the networking terrain, offering tips and tricks to network with ease. Grab your sunscreen and suitcase. Faithann is ready. Are you?
Welcome to this episode of the Networkers Tour Guide podcast. This is the place where you can find your networking questions answered one episode at a time. I am your host, Faith Ann, and we're in the middle of the Realtor-Ready series that we've been doing. At the time of this recording, early February, we've had the last 4 or 5 episodes all around the real estate industry and how do realtors network and how do those who support realtors network with each other. This episode is going to be a solo episode, still part of that Realtor Ready series. And then one more episode is going to air next week, which would be on February 16th. And I have a great interview lined up with another realtor and an insurance agent and how they work together. Then, for the rest of the year, we'll just sprinkle the remaining few episodes I have in the Realtor Ready series. We'll just sprinkle them throughout the year, one here, one there, so that we can move on to other topics, so that I can bring more networking tips and tricks to not just the real estate industry, but the other industries that we often find represented in the networking rooms we're at. For this episode, I'm going to air a live I did last night in the Networkers Tour Guide Facebook group. The live was all around having effective one to ones, and every one of the concepts that I went over in the live is perfect for if you are having one to ones with realtors, if you're having one to ones with those in the industry, like home inspectors, pest control people, renovation contractors, painters, all of the industries that play a part in getting a house listed and to the closing table. This live is still my 10 one to one tips or concepts, what I've used to grow a business in the trades and to grow the Networkers Tour Guide when I have my one to ones. It's about 20 minutes, give or take. Now, before I jump off of here and let you listen to the live, I'd love to encourage you to go to the Networkers Tour Guide website at thenetworkerstourguide.net and go to the resources page. Download the 10 questions to ask in a one to one. These are questions that build rapport and make your one to one better. You can also download 8 ways to stand out, to make your introduction stand out beyond just what you say. And then if you're local to Oklahoma City, you can download OKC Networking Unlocked. And this is a list of many of the common networking organizations and how much they charge and a little bit about them. And then finally, if you go to the Communities tab on the website, you'll find Premium OKC Networking. When you're local to Oklahoma City and you're just not sure where to begin networking, then this platform, Premium OKC Networking, is a great place to start. It's my vetted networking calendar with when and where each organization meets. It's a discussion forum and a learning platform. And I'd love to invite you to take advantage of these resources that I've created for you to make it easy for you to grow your business through referrals. And now here's that recording of Live at 5 from the Networkers Tour Guide Facebook group. Hello, it's Faith Ann, the Networkers Tour Guide, coming into you live in this group every Wednesday at 5 p.m. for networking tips and tricks. We are going to finish up the series that I've been doing on one to ones tonight. So this will be the last live around effective one to ones. And I have written for you a top 10 list of my one to one go tos. Let me just tell you what a one to one is quickly. A one to one, and we have new people that join the group all the time, and we're welcoming new members every week And so maybe you don't know, maybe you're very new to networking and you don't know what is this one to one? What is a one to one? So a one to one is that invitation, either you're inviting or you've been invited to sit down with another business owner, just that business owner. So instead of the broad networking meeting where we'll have micro conversations, several micro conversations throughout the course of your time, our time at the meeting, a one to one is just with one business owner, and you may have an hour or 30 minutes to get to know that business owner better, really for the purpose of deciding if there's somebody that you would be willing to send a referral to. And that may take one or two or three one-to-ones with that person before you decide that they are worthy of a referral. Growing businesses through referrals is what the purpose of networking is, and part of that is a one-to-one. Creating opportunities for others that they wouldn't have except for you, so that you can go and ask for those opportunities when you need them. So here is my top 10 one-to-one best practices. And before I start on number 10, the umbrella that's overarching for every single one of these concepts is you want to be the lazy river that brings people to you. You do not want to be the mountain that they have to climb to get to you. Whether it's a referral conversation, sending one or receiving one from that person, whether it's a client relationship, you're a client of theirs, they're a client of yours. You want to be the current that brings people close to you. You want to be easy to work with, always easy to work with. So when we're having one to ones, we need to be thinking, am I causing this person to hike a mountain, or am I the current that brings this person close to me? And it doesn't just mean client relationship, like as a client, but I'm talking any kind of interaction, whether they want to pass you a referral, whether you want to pass them a referral, whether you want to invite them to something, whether they want to invite you to something. Any kind of interaction needs to be easy, not difficult. So, number 10, you teach others what it's like to work with you in the future during the whole process of scheduling a one to one and having the one to one. You teach others what it would be like to work with you in the future when you're having your one to one, when you're inviting someone to the one to one, when you're setting up the details. This behavior is a foreshadowing of what it will be like if they want to work with you or if they want to send you a referral. Knowing that, how important is it when you are setting up your one to one that you're clear? How important is it to not reschedule or cancel on them over and over again? How important is it when you pick the place to be very clear about which place? Instead of we're meeting at Beanstalk, you say we're meeting at Beanstalk, the one on whatever. I don't remember the name of the street, 36th Street. Okay. So pick places that you don't have to pay to park. Pick places, if you're doing it in person, and when you're doing the inviting, pick a place where the parking is not an issue for them. Be clear about where and when you met the person if you're reaching out for the invitation. So we teach people what it would be like to work with us in the future when we have one to ones. So these one to ones are very future facing. It's not just that 1 hour from 11 to 12 on that Tuesday. It's a sneak peek into, wow, if I send Faithann a referral, it's going to be a great experience because she's giving me a great experience now. So that's number 10. Number 9, no scavenger hunts. So when you're doing the inviting, don't say, we met at the meeting. We met at the networking meeting. I'd love to sit down and have a one to one with you. So instead, we met at this location, this restaurant with this organization, and about what time it was. We met recently. We met last week. We met last Monday. All of that is helpful. And it means that the person who's getting that email or that message doesn't have to go on a scavenger hunt in their brain to figure out where they met you. So too much information is better than not enough. So that's number 9. No scavenger hunts. We don't like them. They're great for birthday parties with 11-year-olds. They're terrible for busy business owners who have too much on their plate most of the time already. So be clear. Okay. Number 8. Know how to share in a very succinct way what a good referral for you is. And please don't tell them anyone. So know what it's like, or know what the people that you want to be in front of are doing or saying right before they hire you, so that the person who's interested in finding a referral for you, you make it easier for them. That is a lot of the work that I do with clients, is helping them understand how to succinctly explain a good referral for them. So if you need help with that, reach out to me and we can schedule a time to work on that together. This is a great best practice. Know in 2 or 3 sentences what a good referral for you is. You're going to make it easier for the person to recognize a good referral for you and then send you that referral if they've decided that you are referral worthy. That's number 8. Know in 2 or 3 sentences what a good referral for you is. And the more specific you can be, the better. Number 7, having one-to-one that is on your calendar scheduled is better than 10 one-to-ones that you've been meaning to get around to. Having one that's on the calendar and confirmed is better than 10 that you're planning to have. I was talking with a premium OKC networking member recently, and he was just expressing a little bit of overwhelm and saying, I need to get back into networking. I need to really make it a priority, as if it's one big chunk, where you can put it aside and then pick it up. Don't think of it like a backpack that you put down and that you pick up. Think of it more like your fingernails. Like, you're never without your fingernails. They're with you all the time. So take one. If you can get one-to-one on the calendar, that's half the battle. Getting it on the calendar. Schedule it. Now, when you're looking ahead at your week and it's Sunday night and you're looking and you see that there's a one-to-one already scheduled, the person's already been found, picked, either you've invited or they've invited you, the place has been determined, the length of time has been determined. That's half the battle. You're much more likely to have that one-to-one if it's on your calendar. So in your mind, as you're thinking, oh, I need to have more one-to-ones, don't think that. Don't think I need to have more one-to-ones. Think I need to schedule some more one-to-ones. And when they're on your calendar, man, that really, it's more than half the battle. Now you're looking at your calendar and like, okay, looks like I've got a Zoom one-to-one at 11 o'clock. And you show up with your curiosity and your generosity. So one-to-one on the calendar is better than 10 one-to-ones that you plan to have, that you need to get around to having. Number 6, have curiosity driving answers to questions you know you're going to be asked. Have some good answers. This is what we're working on right now in the Buying Signals Mastermind. And I was so pleased to have one of the participants come up with some really good answers for just common questions. How long have you been in business? So, what I told one of the participants, I said, instead of making the length of time that you've been in business the star, make that a supporting actor and make what you've learned, what you've realized, what has been the most surprising since you've been in business. Make that the star and make the length of time a supporting actor. Just because someone asks you a question doesn't mean you have to answer just that question. You can expand it and then create curiosity and give those people who are asking, and in a one-to-one, it would be one person, more curiosity. Oh, wow, I didn't know that you'd learned that. You're right. Yeah, tell me more. Tell me more about that. Okay, tell me more about what you've learned. Tell me, I didn't know that. I would have never thought that you would have learned that. So instead of just a length of time. Now, here's another tip. Put the word feeling after the word you when you're asked, how are you? How are you? Oh, I'm good. I'm great. I'm fine. How are you feeling? Now, they're not going to ask how you're feeling. They're going to say, "How are you?" But in your mind, put the word feeling after that. How are you feeling? And now it just opens up all of these wonderful things that you can say, how you can answer that question. How are you feeling? I am so excited about a conference I'll be speaking at later on this month. Instead of "How are you?" I'm fine. How are you? I'm excited. I'm going to be able to bring some clarity to a bunch of women later this month when I speak at a conference. See that? How are you feeling? If they say "How are you?" in your mind, how am I feeling? I'm feeling focused. I just finished whatever it is. Just finished this big project and I know the client is going to get the results they want. So, I'm feeling focused. I'm feeling determined. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling grateful. Okay? When you get asked, "How are you?" put feeling after it in your head and then answer with a better answer than fine, good, great, awful. Okay? That is number 6. Number 5, ask good questions yourself. So you are going to have those curiosity driving answers to questions you know you're going to be asked, and we're going to balance that with us being curious about the person. A one-to-one has to be balanced. We have to have a great balance of, who's leading the conversation and who's getting to know uh, more information about the other person, and that cannot be one-sided in a one-to-one. It's not a sales appointment. It's I want to get to know you better so that I would know when I'm standing in the middle of a referral for you. And what I would hope is that you would desire the same thing. That's what a one to one is. So have good answers that drive curiosity about your business and ask good questions. And here's a question there's questions that do two things. They allow the person to be the expert in their field. Questions that do that. What's changed about the carpet cleaning industry in the last 6 years? And then allows people to select a good memory from a bunch of good memories. Of these good memories, which one is your favorite? So, a good example, what's been your favorite family trip that you've ever taken? So, of all the good family trips, this one's my favorite. That builds a lot of rapport, and the people walk away feeling like they've had a great conversation with you, and you will be remembered. So, ask good questions. Number 4, don't wait for referrals for others to land in your lap. So, if you have decided that the banker that you're having a one to one with is worth your referral, work to figure out who you know that you can send to them. Don't just wait and say, "Well, now I know who to send my person to when they want to open a checking account. I've got Todd or I've got Bill." No, I'm going to say, "Who do I know that I could plant seeds, that I could ask, hey, are you happy with where you bank?" So instead of just waiting for these referrals to land in your lap, once you've decided that the person is worthy of your referrals, work to proactively open up a door for them. We were one introduction away from our largest window cleaning client. One introduction away. Work to open doors for people when you've decided that they're worthy of the open doors. You are going to be able to determine that. I cannot tell you definitively, well, after 3 one-to-ones with Susie, now it's time to open doors for Susie. That's going to be something you're going to know. But when you've decided that Susie gets an open door from you, don't just wait for your friends and family to need a good whatever Susie is. Work to make introductions and open doors for Susie proactively. Work for it and be thinking and ask Susie, "Man, I want to send you a referral. I got to know what are people doing or saying right before they pick up the phone and call you. I want to try and figure out who I can send your way." Number 3, ask them what's not a good referral, and they'll know. If they've been in business longer than a year, they'll know. "Oh, please don't send me these kind of people. I don't like them." Okay, good to know. For us, a homeowner who's in a house whose house was built around 1970, in the 70s, early 80s, late 60s, and the windows have never been replaced, more than likely not a good referral for us because they have storm windows and we don't clean storm windows. So if someone were to ask me what's not a good referral, it's a homeowner who's lived in the same house since 1965 and has never had the windows replaced. Probably not a good referral for me. Okay? It's helpful to know that. Number 2, we're almost done. Number 2. This is so helpful when you're having a one-to-one with somebody for the first time and they would be a great client for you. Resist the urge to make the entire one-to-one about your business because you're going to want to, because, like, boy, if I could just land this client. So balance it out. Come knowing something specific about their industry, like what's changed, what's a challenge, what are they facing right now that's new and different? What's a new product in their field? What's a new way that they serve their clients? Do some research and come to that one-to-one with that prospect. First of all, wanting to know how you can help them. Also, come to that one-to-one knowing something about their industry. That's going to do a lot for you. So, for realtors, a few years ago, if you were fortunate to get a one-to-one with a realtor and you're a roofer, a home inspector, a mortgage person, a title person, if you came to that one-to-one and you asked, what has the recent lawsuit done for your business, if anything? How are you planning to cope with this new way to help buyers when they want someone to help them find a home? You come, you're the roofer, and realty itself is not your industry, but you're the roofer, and you come and you're asking them that question, they will remember that. So come knowing if it's a good contact for you and a good referral partner, a good prospect. Eventually down the road, you would love to earn their business after you build some trust. Come knowing something about their industry. There's just so many possibilities. For networking, speed networking is kind of a new thing. Like 5 years ago, I had not heard of speed networking. So if someone wanted to have a one-to-one with me, they know I'm a networking coach and they would love my business in 6 months, in a year, or whatever. A great question would be for me would be, have you ever done the speed networking? It seems to be very popular right now. What do you think of it? Because I'm going to have an opinion because it's right in my wheelhouse. And if someone's asking me that, I'm paying attention. Wow, what a great question. Okay? So, come knowing something specific about the industry, especially if it's the first time you're having that one-to-one with a person or if it's somebody you would love to have their business someday. Come knowing something more than just the usual. Set yourself apart. Okay, the last one, we're down to number 1. This is the number 1 thing. A one-to-one should be mutually beneficial. So come with your warmth. Come with your warmth. It may take you a few times to kind of figure out how to have good conversations, how to create curiosity about your business, how to make it easy for people to work with you. Oh, I just forgot one. Okay, I'll touch on it. It may take you a few times to get the finesse and to get the conversation skills. That's great. That's okay. Bring your warmth every time. Bring your warmth. Be kind. Be curious. Do not try and impress. Be curious. Okay? Curious, excited, grateful, and bring your warmth. We want a balance, and we want the one-to-one to be mutually helpful and fun for both people. And if you will just bring your warmth to this meeting, you may have a little snafus, or you may not. It may not go quite like you wanted it to. Bring your warmth. That's enough for now as you learn. Okay, and then here we'll call this the bonus one. Okay, one more for you. Bring the story of a referral that you have helped in the past. Bring that to the one-to-one. Tell the story of how you have helped your clients and how specifically You have taken a referral that's been given to you and walked them through this process step by step. Sally gave me a referral last week and she gave it to me through Facebook Messenger. She reached out to me on Messenger, asked if I'd be willing to meet with her mother. I said absolutely. And so Sally set up a group text. And after her mother and I and Sally got in this group text, I was quick to reply. And then Sally's mother and I got on a separate text. And then she came in for a consultation. And now she's a client. And what that will do is it will give them, again, kind of like I said at the beginning, a, a glimpse, a glimpse of what it's like if they were to send you a referral. Isn't that nice? That's what we want them to know. We want them to have a glimpse, a sneak peek of what it's like when they send you a referral. You want to tell the story, and how you do that. You don't sit across from them and say, "Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. Trust me, send me your referral. Please, 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 please send me your referral." That's not how you do it. You say, "Last week, one of my referral partners in my referral group sent me their mother." And how that happened was, and what I really appreciated about working with Bob's mother is that that's how it happens. You tell a story of the referral that you've already helped. Okay? Bring the proof, man. We don't have time to play games. Bring the proof. This is what I've already done. And you tell it in a story. You tell the story, and you tell it from the point of view of, this is the insight that I got as I was helping the referral. This is what we were able to do together. So you make it about that person, not about yourself, and you'll do fine. You'll do great.
You've been listening to the Networkers Tour Guide podcast with Faithann Basor. Share this episode with a friend, and be sure to come back next week for more networking tips and tricks from the Networkers Tour Guide.